Hey all you Nintendo Switch fans, welcome back to the channel. I am Trick Wallace. If you like deal videos and other Nintendo Switch content, make sure you hit subscribe. Let's check out the deals I've chosen this week to highlight, along with a few extra at the end. Alright, so my first choice for this week is Starlink Battle for Atlas, the Digital Edition. This is a space combat and exploration game from Ubisoft. It didn't make a huge impact when it first came out. It was one of the last times that one of the major companies tried a new Toys to Life game. But thankfully, because of the digital edition, you don't need to worry about any of those toys. But more importantly for Nintendo Switch fans, it does include Star Fox as a playable character. And even more importantly, you can play with him right from the beginning, from the get-go. So essentially, for Nintendo Switch fans who own the Nintendo Switch version, it is basically a new Star Fox game. And more importantly, it's a really solid new Star Fox game in that sense. The combat is super engaging, tons of fun, all kinds of weapons you can add on to your vehicle, making new unique combinations for different enemies who might have different kinds of weaknesses. The exploration is really cool too. You know, it's kind of like No Man's Sky, where you can take right off of a planet, you bust through the atmosphere and you're out in space, and then you can see the other planets that you could fly to. So it's very immersive. I think it's really underrated. It does suffer a little bit from the Ubisoft kind of where they release a game and then they have like a couple of expansion packs right away for it. You can get just the digital version of the game, and that is $11.99 right now. And that does have all you would need to play and enjoy the game. However, in this instance, I might actually suggest getting the deluxe version, which includes their first content pack, which has many more weapons, which would just add a lot more variety to the gameplay. There is a second weapon expansion pack. I've never purchased that, and I never felt the need to. I think if you just get that first one, that's included in the deluxe edition, I think you're going to have an absolute blast, and I would not miss out on this deal. It's very good. All right, so my second pick of this week is Candleman. Candleman is a platformer where you play as Little Candle with feet, and you are making your way around these levels that are drenched in darkness, and you have to use your candle to find your way. The game gimmick, of course, is that you are a candle, and as a candle, you are made of wax, and every time you light your candle, you melt just a little bit more, so you have to be very sparing and only use your light when you need it to get around. I personally find the game particularly beautiful. There's a lot of times where you'll be shrouded in darkness and you'll light up your candle and you see these like amazing like neon plants and other things that sort of come to life from your light. I think it's a super underrated hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch. Right now it's 30% off at $10.49. Not a super great deal, but it's gone on sale multiple other times and it always hits basically right at that price. So the developers don't seem to have an interest in deep discounting this. So if it does look like it interests you, now is probably the best time to get it. But that was Candleman, and it gets my full, wholehearted approval. So my next pick is Space Otter Charlie. Space Otter Charlie is like a zero-gravity platformer. You play as a little otter in a spacesuit, and he is going through these dilapidated spaceships, trying to scavenge for materials, and you can boost with like jetpacks around the level. It's very unique. Not a whole lot of other games I can think of like it. Has a beautiful cartoony aesthetic. Has some fairly simple gameplay that I think would really appeal to a broad audience from kids to adults. This is another one I think that's a bit of a hidden gem. Not many people talk about it, but I think it is really solid and worth the money. It's currently $9.65, which is 36% off, which is its lowest price ever. Although that goes with a caveat of every time they have a sale, they make their new price like a couple cents lower than the last price. So it is technically their lowest price ever, but they're just kind of inching it along bit by bit. But I do think Space Otter Charlie is worth it, and I think you should give it a shot. All right, so the next game, or should I say games, that I'm going to recommend are the Goner series. Goner is a procedurally generated roguelike game where you play as this little character who has interchangeable heads, and you are making your way down into the depths of like the underworld. You have different kind of guns and attachments. It's really bizarre. It's actually kind of hard to describe. But if you like a very weird, quirky roguelike, one that's very unlike any that I've ever tried before, I think it would suit you. Like I said before, it does have a very strange look, and it is very difficult. So I think I would never normally recommend this game at its full price, but both the first and the second one now are going at a very deep discount. First Goner is now 80% off at a rock bottom $1.99. That's the one I'm most familiar with. It's really great. I think definitely at that price, it's a no-brainer. You should at least try it. You got nothing to lose, I don't think, except $1.99. And then Goner 2 is $3.89 at 70% off. A full disclosure, I haven't played Goner 2 yet. I've heard it's very similar to the first one. I am picking it up on this sale. I'm very excited to finally try it out. So I'll let you know maybe in a future video what I actually thought of it. All right, and my last personal recommendation this week is Breakpoint. Breakpoint is a very hidden gem on the eShop. It's already a very cheap game at $5, but right now it's only $2.21. Breakpoint is essentially if you took Geometry Wars, took out the shooting, and instead gave your character actual like physical melee weapons instead. It's very strange, very unique. You get things like swords and battle axes and I don't remember some of the other ones, but it truly changes the dynamic of what a Geometry Wars style game is, since you're trying to basically get enemies clumped up and try to slash them all together at once. May flesh out my thoughts more about this game in the future, but if you like Geometry Wars and you want that little twist on it, I think Breakpoint is a really super solid choice. There are lots of other great deals this week. Let's check them out right now. All right, all you tricksters, I hope you saw something that you like. Lots of great deals this week. Not the best sale week ever, but still some solid choices. Let me know down in the comments below what you've decided to pick up. And until next time, I hope you have some great gaming. See you later, tricksters.